Hello everyone, welcome back to Gentle Within. Today we are going to explore something that's deeply connected to healing, trauma and therapy in general, our memory. Specifically, we will look at the difference between explicit and implicit memory, how each works, how they show up in therapy, and why they matter more than we might think. What is explicit memory? Explicit memory is also called declarative memory. It's a type of long-term memory that involves conscious recall. So these are the memories we can talk about. For example, facts, events, and knowledge that we know. There are two main types, episodic memory and semantic memory. Episodic memory are memories of personal experiences or events, like remembering your birthday party or a holiday. And then semantic memory is general knowledge and facts, like knowing that the sun rises in the east or the name of your favorite teacher, for example. These memories are often vivid, detailed. We can picture the scene, recall what happened, and describe it with words. The hippocampus is the key brain structure involved in forming and retrieving explicit memories. Now, what is implicit memory? Implicit memory, sometimes called non-declarative or organic memory, works unconsciously. It influences our behavior, emotions, and body without us even realizing it. Types of implicit memory include procedural memory and conditioning and emotional memory. Procedural memory involves skills and habits. Conditioning involves learned responses and reflexes. And then emotional memory includes unconscious emotional reactions like feeling uneasy in a certain place without knowing why. Implicit memory doesn't rely heavily on the hippocampus. Instead, it involves other brain structures like the basal ganglia, which are essential for learning habits and motor skills, and, very importantly, the amygdala, which plays a key role in storing emotional reactions, especially those related to fear or trauma. Interestingly, the amygdala is already active at birth. It is developed at birth already, making it one of the earliest memory systems we rely on. So the key difference. The main difference is this: explicit memory requires conscious effort to recall. It involves things we can talk about, we can understand. And then implicit memory operates automatically, shaping our behavior and emotions without awareness. You may know you're safe now, but your body might still react with fear, tension. That's implicit memory at work. Memory and therapy. Understanding both types of memory is crucial in therapy, especially trauma therapy. Explicit memory in therapy might involve talking about past events, childhood memories, identifying patterns. This is often used in cognitive behavioral approaches when we work on understanding and reframing what we consciously remember. But implicit memory is often what causes the most pain, and it's much harder to reach. A client may not consciously remember a traumatic event, but the body does, through tension, anxiety, panic attacks, or automatic reactions like avoidance or emotional numbing. In such cases, therapy needs to go beyond words, using methods that work directly with the body and nervous system. Some examples would be somatic therapies, so body-oriented approaches, EMDR therapies, eye movement desensitization reprocessing, and also hypnotherapy. These methods can help access and process implicit memory, working with the deeper unconscious layers of experience. Memory and trauma. Trauma often disrupts memory. Sometimes there is no clear memory at all, only overwhelming emotional and physical reactions. Other times the memory is vivid and intrusive. It's like we remember too much. Most often the memory does exist, but it is highly fragmented. We're left with flashes or sensations without time, space, or meaning. Why does this happen? When we go through an extremely stressful or painful event, the brain can become flooded with stress hormones, especially cortisol. The overwhelming surge directly affects the hippocampus, making it difficult for it to function properly. As we mentioned earlier, the hippocampus is the brain structure which is responsible for organizing and integrating memories. But under intense stress, it simply can't do its job. As a result, the memories don't get stored in a coherent way. They remain scattered. We might be left with flashbacks or random images, physical tension in the body, without any clear narrative or context. The good news is the hippocampus can heal over time. Therapy, meditation, and even prayer can have a very positive healing impact on the hippocampus. As the hippocampus recovers, it becomes more capable of integrating fragmented experiences into a coherent story. When these memories are finally integrated into a coherent narrative, the brain is able to send them where they belong, into the past. A very helpful model for working with trauma memory is SIBAM, which stands for sensations, images, behaviors, affects, and meanings. Sensations are physical feelings in the body like tightness, heat. Images are mental pictures or visualizations like flashbacks, imagined scenes. Behaviors are visible actions or reactions like voice, gestures. Affects are emotions, feelings, often very intense. And meanings are the personal beliefs or interpretations tied to the experience. In therapy, we try to gently bring all 5 elements into awareness so they can integrate into a whole. That's when healing begins, when scattered pieces are brought together into meaning and story. If therapy is not affordable to you, you can still explore these 5 elements through meditation or journaling. I kindly invite you to have a grounding or relaxation tool nearby, perhaps a safe space visualization, a guided meditation, or a breathing exercise, just in case the processing becomes too overwhelming. Memory is stored in the brain, but also in the whole nervous system and the body. By understanding how explicit and implicit memory work, we can better support healing in ourselves and in those we care for. Thank you for being here today. If this resonated with you, feel free to like, subscribe, and comment. Remember, even the memories you can't put into words are still very much real, worthy of care, attention, and healing.